LaRaza. Over multiple years, we as an organization have been fighting for rights for Latinos. That is exactly what we hope this bill is helping us to do. The comprehensive immigration reform will provide a beautiful roadmap for 11 million aspiring immigrants who have always been hoping to live the American dream and really become Americans in full. We hope this bill will confirm what people in this nation already feel, American. This will reunite countless families, especially those separated due to the crossing of the border. We hope that this bill is what it says it is and provides Latinos the rights and working conditions that all workers and people deserve. Even though I am part of LaRaza, which mostly works on the behalf of Latinos and their benefit, I feel that the reform bill will benefit the United States as a whole. The main way it benefits us is in the best way it possibly could, economically. Giving undocumented immigrants a path to citizenship doesn't simply make them workers, it also makes them taxpayers. Most of these taxes, as described in the process, are part of becoming a citizen, although the main taxes that will help us is the taxes they pay from working. With this plan, undocumented immigrants will be able to work for more money and therefore pay more taxes. Taxes aren't the only thing that come from earning more money though, they also become consumers. This means that the demand for products will increase, creating more jobs, all while building up the economy, energizing the market. This will increase the earnings of all Americans nationwide. Giving immigrants a path to citizenship raises wages in one key way. They no longer have to be hidden. Most undocumented immigrants apply for low-skilled jobs. That way, they're less likely to get caught. Now that there's a path to citizenship, immigrants can actually fulfill the jobs that fit their skill level, which would help, once again, boost efficiency and the economy. Although, now you probably want some evidence. For starters, we estimate that the economy will go up by 1.5 trillion, but AmericanProgress.org reports that if approximately the 11.1 million undocumented immigrants get jobs, in 10 years, the increase in the GDP would be about $832 billion, and the personal income for the people of America will go up by $470 billion. It also would create about 121,000 more jobs. The immigrants would end up paying $109 billion in taxes, which would benefit our federal government and our state and local governments as well. Although this is nationwide, let me bring it down to individual states. My favorite example is in Arizona. If all the undocumented immigrants there were able to get jobs, the GDP would increase by $23.1 billion, raising the personal residents' income by $15.3 billion over 10 years, and creating $12.7 billion in taxes for the government. This would create approximately 3,400 jobs just for Arizona. Although, how exactly do they create these jobs? Statistics show that people who are foreign-born are more likely to start new businesses, which, of course, means new jobs. Other benefits to the immigration reform is that it puts more investments into immigration, since immigrants will need classes to it puts more investments into education, since immigrants will need classes to properly learn English before becoming an actual citizen. It can also help the nation's security, because now we won't be able to file crimes of abuse and catch more criminals, because undocumented immigrants couldn't do that before. Not only that, but this bill will also help properly secure our borders by creating a 5-year plan.
So first I would like to thank everyone here for hearing me out on this subject matter. I am Printz, and I am also speaking on behalf of LaRaza. Today I come to speak to you of our moral obligation as citizens and support the comprehensive immigration reform. So dearly do we hold our values of equality and equal rights, and so proud of them we have become, that we flash them around, attempting to instate these self-same values upon other countries. However, currently these values have been failing in the sense that as of yet, we have not aided the 11 million aspiring immigrants in the country. They call themselves Americans, all in but legality. Some claim that you do not truly know something unless you have learned it. Thus, one could say that these immigrants know the American dream and the American values better than many of us ever will. Senators, although the bill may seem initially costly, it will in fact repay itself quite quickly. Our organization estimates that in 10 years, revenue in the Social Security Administration will increase by $300 billion. Besides, we cannot limit ourselves on this bill in terms of expense. For what is money when compared to the joy and happiness of people's lives? We in the United States seem to be smothered in our own ideology that money is the air of the world, that it is a necessity to breathe. So caught up in this, we become that we forget all else around us. We forget the simple fact that we are, in fact, despite our climactic debt ceiling that this bill could help resolve, one of the most fortunate and wealthy nations in the entire world. The amount of money that we consume in one day is equal to that many immigrant families earn in several. We must look past this initial greed for ourselves and look to these others. As with the Native Americans, we must try to be the fathering figures for immigrants. For what one is taught is what he will become. We must teach immigrants right by first doing right. This starts by passing the immigration reform bill. In the 2012 presidential election, Latinos, who compensate for 75% of aspiring citizens, voted at an influx number due to the fact they cared about immigration laws. They cast their ballots hoping that someday and somehow the United States government would bring a uniform end to the monstrosity that is occurring concerning immigration today. The current immigration system is widely accepted as being unstable, resulting in the harm of countless families and communities, thus the weakening of our civil rights system. This appears in the